Time keeps turning with the whispering breeze. Magic unfolds in the rustling leaves. Timmy's dreams take him far and near. With his teddies, there's nothing to fear. Medieval castles in the misty dawn. Knights and dragons on the glowing lawn. Timmy's teddies lead the chivalric quest. In their company he finds his rest.
Imagine a star that has burned for, well, 5 million years.
That is a very long time.
Right. It has outlived entire civilizations on distant planets, witnessed the slow, violent birth of new solar systems, and just poured relentless warmth into the absolute freezing void of space.
Yeah, just massive amounts of energy.
Exactly. But now it is about to die. And its greatest fear in this final moment isn't, the extinguishing of its light.
No, it's something much deeper than that.
Yeah, its deepest, most terrifying fear is simply becoming a cold corpse of dust.
It's such a heavy phrase. I mean, that phrase alone captures this incredibly profound human anxiety, but it's projected onto a cosmic scale.
Right.
The fear isn't death itself, right? It's the heat death of meaning.
Yep.
It's the terror that all those 5 million years of output, like all that energy and light, ultimately amounted to nothing.
Which is pretty heavy for a Tuesday. But welcome to the Living Well, Living Rich podcast. Today's deep dive is exploring a piece of source material that tackles this exact existential dread.
It really dives right into it.
Yeah, we are looking at a beautifully crafted book called The Star's Last Wish. It was written by Dr. Shuchen Ha and published by Kokoshungsan Ltd.
And at first glance, you might categorize this as just like a mythic, gentle fable.
A children's story, almost.
Exactly. But the mission of our analysis today is to show you how this story actually serves as a high-level philosophical text.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to examine how a dying star's final moments can radically alter how we understand memory, the transfer of human culture, and even the limitations of the scientific method.
It's a huge conceptual journey. And to really grasp the epistemology at play here, like how we know what we know and what we choose to preserve, we have to start at the outer edges of the universe.
Right, way out there.
Yeah, we are introduced to Stella, the dying star we just mentioned. Her glow has become really faint.
The text describes her as trembling, right? Fading like a candle in the wind.
Yeah, that's it. And to navigate this terror of becoming insignificant dust, the story introduces this character named Luna.
Ah, Luna. She is the star keeper.
Right. She's described as hovering beside Stella in robes woven from drifting stardust.
Which is such a striking visual.
It really is. And her cosmic role is essentially to guide dying suns to their final rest. So she asks Stella for her final wish, knowing the star's physical light is going to end.
And Stella's response is, well, it's incredibly specific. It really frames the entire philosophy of the book.
Yeah, she explicitly demands not to be mourned with sorrow.
Right, she says something like, I want to be remembered with joy. Share my stories. Let laughter and wonder grow for my memory so I may live on in every smile.
Which is just beautiful.
It is. It sounds exactly like someone drafting a will and forbidding a somber, wear-black funeral. Instead, they mandate this raucous celebration of life.
Yeah, totally.
But zooming out to a galactic level for a second, why does a star need a middleman for this? Like, if Stella is this massive celestial body, why does she need a star keeper like Luna to facilitate this wish?
Well, this touches on a concept we can call the archival necessity. A supernova, or just the slow collapse of a star, is really just an empirical event.
Right, it's just physics.
Exactly. It's a sequence of chemical reactions.
Yeah.
Protons, neutrons, collapsing gravity. Without an observer to attach emotion to that event, cosmic history is just a series of meaningless, cold data points.
Oh, so Luna represents the synthesizer.
Yes, she is the consciousness in the room.
She is the keeper of the archive.
Precisely. Luna takes the raw, physical reality of Stella's death and prepares it to be translated into human meaning. Think about the billions of stars that have died in the history of the universe.
They're completely forgotten.
Right. Because there was no star keeper to record their narrative. For a legacy to actually survive, you need an entity to catch that raw data and imbue it with intention.
Okay, that makes sense. But an archive is entirely useless if no one ever opens the vault.
Very true.
Stella has this wish to be remembered with joy, and Luna has collected that wish, but a signal means nothing without a receiver.
Yeah.
So the narrative pulls us from the very edge of the universe all the way down to a quiet mountaintop on Earth. And this is where we meet Orion, an astronomer.
And the author gives us a very deliberate piece of background on Orion here. He has spent 45 years tracking stars, mapping their paths, and logging new points of light.
A very long career.
Yeah, he is a man rooted entirely in hard, empirical, observational science. Decades of recording cold data under the Milky Way, which the text beautifully refers to as a dusty river of glitter, by the way.
I love that description. And Luna, acting as this cosmic middleman, takes Stella's final flickers and intentionally threads them directly into Orion's telescope.
Right.
He spots this unexpected ember-like amber light pulsing against the usual silver of the night sky, and he names it Nova Lumen.
But here is where Orion's reaction completely derails what you would expect from a seasoned scientist.
Yeah, it really does.
When he sees this dying spark on his screen, he feels this inexplicable warmth. He actually whispers to the empty night, "I hear you, old friend."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that emotional response dictates his next action. Instead of drafting a standard peer-reviewed paper filled with coordinates and jargon, he just abandons the typical format.
He writes a poem, basically.
Basically. He writes a paper in a language filled with wonder, detailing a star named Stella, her 5-million-year history, and her final wish for joy.
Wait, but isn't the author kind of implying that science is fundamentally inadequate here? I mean, Orion has 45 years of empirical data backing up his entire worldview.
That's a very valid question.
It feels almost like a betrayal of his profession to abandon the scientific method just to write poetry about a dying ball of gas.
Well, it looks like a contradiction, but it's actually a profound synthesis. The author isn't arguing that the scientific method is broken.
Okay.
Orion's 45 years of rigorous observation are precisely what trained his eye to notice this tiny amber anomaly in the first place.
Ah, so a novice wouldn't have even seen it.
Exactly. A novice would have missed it completely. But what Orion realizes on that mountain is that the statistical data only tells us the how, not the meaning.
He essentially refuses to reduce a 5-million-year life cycle to a set of coordinates on a spreadsheet.
Yes. If he had written a standard academic paper, Stella's wish would have been buried in a journal, read by a few dozen astrophysicists, and filed away as a cold fact.
So that cold corpse of dust outcome would have been realized anyway.
Precisely. By choosing wonder over jargon, Orion bridges the massive gap between empirical observation and emotional truth. He recognizes that meaning is a valid layer of reality.
So he becomes the earthly equivalent of Luna, then, the terrestrial starkeeper.
That's a great way to put it.
You know, that makes me think of the Voyager Golden Record. In the 1970s, NASA didn't just send out raw schematics of human biology into deep space.
Oh, right, they sent music.
Yeah, music, greetings in different languages, the sound of a mother's kiss. They packaged scientific achievement with emotional reality.
That's such a perfect parallel.
Orion is doing the exact same thing, just in reverse. He is receiving the universe's data and translating it into human emotion.
It's like the ultimate data compression tool. But, Orion's paper, as beautiful as it is, doesn't change a culture just by existing.
Right, the file has to be downloaded, so to speak.
Exactly. Scientific data, even when written poetically, doesn't alter human behavior unless there's an infrastructure to distribute it.
And the text actually shows us the mechanics of that distribution. The paper travels swiftly, totally bypassing the usual academic echo chambers.
Right.
It reaches teachers, poets, dreamers, and children. In the classrooms, the educators become the next link in the chain.
They take this astronomical event and use it to teach wide-eyed students that Stella's legacy is not mere ash.
Yeah, they teach that her legacy is the love she planted in every mind that saw her shine.
The educators are actively participating in the metamorphosis of knowledge here. They are taking astrophysics and converting it into empathy, legacy, and perspective.
It's sociology in action.
Yeah, human culture survives because we're able to take massive, incomprehensible concepts like a timeline of 5 million years and compress them into narratives that shape how the next generation behaves.
And the artists jump in as well. Poets weave Stella into their verses, comparing starlight to fireflies in a child's jar.
I love that imagery.
Me too. Communities start crafting lanterns and releasing them at dusk into the sky, whispering messages of joy. It's like Think about the last time you read a purely statistical news report versus a human interest story.
Oh, the human interest story always sticks with you.
Right. The statistics might inform you of a problem, but it's the human story that makes you donate money or change a habit or start a movement.
Yeah.
Orion's paper acts as a stone dropped into a still pond, and the expanding ripples are the poems, the lanterns, and the classroom lessons.
And the author provides a really highly specific, intimate detail to anchor this massive cultural shift. We are introduced to a little girl named Amina.
Oh, yeah.
She crafts a tiny star out of clay and sings a song of remembrance. She says, "May we remember you, Stella, in every twinkle of hope."
Which is amazing because it compresses a giant, ancient celestial body into a tactile piece of clay in a child's hand.
Exactly. And this directly challenges how we define what it actually means to be well-informed.
That's
Well, usually we equate being informed with the accumulation of trivia, right? Knowing the exact chemical composition of a supernova or memorizing historical dates.
winning at Jeopardy, basically.
Yes, exactly. But the philosophy embedded in the star's last wish argues that true knowledge must be transformative.
Right.
If a piece of information doesn't alter your perspective, if it doesn't change how you interact with the reality around you, are you actually informed or are you just a storage drive?
That's a really good point.
Amina, holding her clay star and feeling a connection to the vastness of the universe, is arguably more profoundly informed about the reality of Stella than someone who simply knows the star's coordinates on a star chart.
Because she has integrated the knowledge into her worldview.
Exactly.
Beauty doesn't vanish when things end. Its value lies in how it alters our hearts. And this whole chain of transmission from Stella burning out to Luna catching the wish to Orion writing the paper to the teachers distributing it to Amina shaping the clay.
Yeah.
It's actually a perfect meta-narrative for the real-world creators of this source material.
Oh, 100%. The fictional narrative is a direct reflection of the publisher's reality. The author, Dr. Shu Chen-Hu, holds a PhD from the University of Bristol in the UK.
Right.
And her stated driving force is making complex knowledge simple, accessible, and meaningful for everyday life. So she is performing the exact function that Orion performed on the mountaintop.
She is taking high-level concepts about legacy and epistemology and translating them into a story that can reach a child like Amina.
Exactly.
And Dr. Hao is the founder of Kokoshungsan Ltd. To really understand the philosophy of this publishing house, you have to look at their historic roots. They are inspired by a family tradition rooted in the Yongsheng herbal pharmacy in Taiwan.
Yes, and this lineage provides the foundation for their entire approach to education.
Okay.
The pharmacy was founded by Mr. Ho Shisan and Mrs. Peng Kaifeng. And, a traditional herbal pharmacy operates on deep principles of care, integrity, and an immense respect for the rigorous learning required to heal the human body.
So Dr. Hao essentially took the terrestrial legacy of her parents' herbal pharmacy and just shifted the medium.
That's exactly what happened.
Instead of dispensing herbal remedies to heal the physical body, Kokoshungsan dispenses knowledge and education to nourish the mind. They explicitly state their core belief: small ideas, understood clearly, can create lasting change.
And this is encapsulated in their motto, which is really central to their mission. Knowledge changes destiny. Education changes the world.
Wow.
Yeah, they are taking traditional, deeply rooted values and merging them with modern, global digital education.
Think about that motto in the context of our dying star. Stella's destiny was a foregone conclusion. Physics dictated that her destiny was to become a cold corpse of dust.
Right, inevitably.
But because her knowledge, her final wish, was transmitted and understood clearly by Orion, her destiny literally changed.
It really did.
She became a permanent, joyful fixture in human culture. Education and storytelling intervened where physics ended.
That's a beautiful way to frame it. Kokoshungsan views education not as the memorization of facts, but as the most powerful force for transforming lives. They operate as modern-day star keepers, focusing on media literacy, character education, and ethical participation in an increasingly complex world.
Right.
They recognize that learning begins with curiosity and requires an accessible entry point.
And the media you consume, the books you analyze, the stories you choose to internalize, they aren't just passive entertainment.
No, definitely not.
They are the accumulated light of past generations being placed directly into your hands. If you find yourself drawn to this philosophy of learning and you want to explore resources that respect your curiosity and support lifelong mental growth, you should definitely explore their catalog at kokoshungsan.net.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend that. It is a rare approach in modern publishing to so explicitly view the work as a bridge between the deep past and the future.
Right, ensuring that the legacy of thought isn't lost to the noise of the digital age. Well, we have traveled an immense conceptual distance today. We started at the terrifying cold edge of the universe with a dying sun, and we ended up analyzing a tiny clay star in a little girl's hand.
It's quite a trip.
The overarching takeaway from the star's last wish is that true knowledge requires synthesis. It demands that we take the incredibly complex, often daunting realities of our world and find the human joy, the wonder, and the actionable meaning within them.
Absolutely. We possess the unique ability, through the act of sharing and remembering, to guarantee that the things we value do not suffer a definitive end.
Right, they simply change state.
Yeah. The energy of a dying star becomes the resilience of the next generation. The knowledge of a traditional pharmacy becomes a global educational philosophy.
We basically refuse to let the screen simply go black. So as you move through the rest of your day, think back to that opening scenario. Put yourself in the position of that celestial body looking down at a vast, complicated world. If you were a fading star, what specific light, what deliberate legacy would you want to leave behind to permanently alter the hearts of those who look up to see it?
Yeah. How will you ensure your own meaning survives the void?
It's something to think about. Until next time, keep looking up.
Timmy's teddy bears come alive at night. Whisk him away on a gentle flight through the pages of history they roam. Timmy's teddies always bring him home. Ancient Egypt with the Sphinx so grand. Pyramids rise from the desert sand. Timmy rides on a camel's back, guided by his teddies down the track. Time keeps turning with the whispering breeze. Magic unfolds in the rustling leaves. Timmy's dreams take him far and near. With his teddies, there's nothing to fear. Medieval castles in the misty dawn. Knights and dragons on the glowing lawn. Timmy's teddies lead the chivalric quest. In their company he finds his rest. Swing by planets in the cosmic sea. Touch the stars in a time travel spree. Timmy laughs as he drifts on through. With every adventure, love and light renew. Time keeps turning with the whispering breeze. Magic unfolds in the rustling leaves. Timmy's dreams take him far and near. With his teddies, there's nothing